Hello, this is Sarah Soiledplant and welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. This is my first video of 2022. I recently had a bunch of stuff going on between the holidays and some personal stuff. I also managed to get COVID, so I am still in quarantine, but I'm feeling much, much better. So absolutely no worries. I'm on the mend. Everything is okay. I have finally garnered enough energy and inspiration to finally make this video. This is my year in wrap-up video where I go over a bunch of stats for my channels, some accomplishments. I also wanted to go over my goals from last year to see sort of what I accomplished and what I didn't, as well as come up with some new goals for 2022. I do have my computer in front of me, and I will make sure you see everything that I'm looking at. I am definitely an open book as far as how my channel is doing and things like that, so I will take you through all the details. Let's get into it. So firstly, I'm going to go over my video from last year and see sort of what my goals were and if I accomplished those goals or not. Let's do that first.
The idea that one person wants to hear what I have to say about literally anything is just amazing and so cool, and it's nice to have a sort of community and all of that. I know everybody says that, but I don't actually have a ton of people in my life who are plant enthusiasts, or at least as enthusiastic about houseplants the way I am. I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to thank everybody for kind of going along on this ride with me. It's been super fun so far.
And that's still true, honestly. I have a few people in my life who like plants, but they're not as into sort of collecting different varieties and things like that. They have tons of plants and they're wonderful resources for sort of how to maintain plants and pest prevention and things like that. They're very good for that. But as far as people who are interested in like the different varieties of plants, you know, I don't have a ton of people in my life like that. So it's pretty cool.
I have officially been on YouTube since May of 2020. So that's, math. Okay, so that's like 7 months. In that time frame, I've uploaded 36 videos so far. And that's about once a week. Of those videos, I've had about 40,000 views, which is crazy, so fun, so cool, like that's insanity. For 2020, when I started my channel and after kind of getting a feel for it for the first month or so, I had a personal goal of hitting 500 subscribers by the end of the year with a stretch goal of 1,000 subscribers. As of filming this video, I am right at about 670 or so. So I definitely hit my goal of having 500 subscribers by the end of the year, which I am incredibly excited about.
So last year I had 670 subscribers at the end of the year, and I've added 931 this year, so that's pretty good considering, you know, I had a full year versus last year, which is like a partial year, but that's okay. Like, you know, still growing, still doing stuff.
For me on this channel, I have not earned anything from YouTube so far. I am doing this for my own creativity and my own interest, and honestly for fun. I find all of this a lot of fun. And I know people have seen my links in the description, affiliate links through Amazon or what have you. If anyone is curious, I made a total of $5.41 from my affiliate programs.
Yeah, the affiliate programs, I feel like a lot of people talk about affiliate marketing and things like that as like a way to make it rich. No. The only people who make a good amount from affiliate marketing are people who have really, really large platforms, or if they have deals with sponsors. As of making that video, I made like $5.70 or whatever I said. This year, I technically haven't been paid a single cent for all of my affiliate marketing because they don't do a payout until you hit $100. So last year, my affiliate marketing, once I do eventually get paid out, what I have right now I think is around $95 over the course of an entire year. So yeah, it is not a get rich quick scheme. It is very, very slow going. So when people say affiliate marketing, that's what they mean.
But yes, I did hit my goal of 500 subscribers. Didn't quite meet the stretch goal, but that's why it's a stretch goal. You know, if I hit it, it would be amazing. But honestly, I wasn't expecting to hit 1,000 subscribers within my first year. For 2021, my subscriber goal is to have 1,500 subscribers and passing that 1,000 subscriber threshold, while also having a stretch goal of 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that stretch goal didn't happen. I was in like the 1590s, I think, at the very end of the year. So I met my goal, which is always a good thing. But I found growing a subscriber base for me has been a little bit more difficult than views and things like that. I don't 100% know why. Maybe I need to work on kind of my video quality and things like that. Maybe that'll retain more people, or people will be more willing to watch me. Or maybe they're just not a fan of like the aura I got going on, and that's fine.
I have actually taken data from YouTube and built out a graph of my sort of cumulative.
I still do that.
So if I take just the last 4 months or so and plot that out separately, it actually shows that I should hit 1,000 subscribers around May-ish if everything else stays consistent and I don't have any more upswings or any downswings. So that's where my 1,500 goal came from.
And that's true. I didn't get any worse. So I'm very happy that I've been able to maintain. I know the last few months I haven't been as consistent with posting, and that's mostly for personal reasons. Oh, I don't want to put out a video if I'm not really in the mood to film. And even though I've been feeling better from my COVID the last few days, like it still took me a little while to kind of get reinvigorated enough in order to sit here and talk in front of a camera. So it's a little different, and sometimes, especially lately, I've been a little bit less in the mood, but hopefully I can get back in the swing of things and kind of be self-motivated in that way.
I want to start subscribing to a music service for my channel.
So I did not subscribe to a music service. I think my money is better spent elsewhere, and there is a good amount of free music out there. I generally don't put music under my videos though. I tend to prefer my videos without music under it. Whenever I have, sped up footage, I want to have something underneath it, and I have music for that, but otherwise I haven't put it in there. I might do a poll to see what you guys think. Would you rather there be like very, very soft background music all the time, or do you prefer just like normal with me talking to you with no background music at all? Let me know. I might put a poll somewhere, but let me know.
And the next goal of mine is to basically perfect my sound. I'm still, even with the new lapel mic that I have, I'm still not 100% satisfied with it. I'm not sure if it's the quality of the mic I got. So I'm going to be playing with that basically all of 2021 and try to perfect it. I think I'm pretty happy with lighting and my technology. I've been filming using my cell phone, and honestly, that's completely fine with me. I have no intentions of buying a camera or anything like that, and that's something that I definitely would only buy for YouTube. I'm not a photographer by any stretch of the imagination. I can barely take selfies, so I will be happy to continue using my phone for as long as humanly possible. But as far as sound goes, definitely could use some improvements.
So I still have that lapel mic, and I do use it on occasion if I have certain videos that it would be better sound quality. One thing I did do somewhat recently is I bought a new microphone, and here is said microphone. Do I sound amazing? But yeah, I bought a new microphone. It's external. It's on like a nice little boom mic, and I try to put it right off screen so you can't see it. It's like right here, like I'm poking it right now. It is right here, and it's directed at my face. But I upgraded my microphone to kind of the one that a lot of the pros on YouTube use, or at least like the mid-range channels will use. So I figure that's a good mic to start off with. Of all of the things I've invested in, like aside from the computer, I have spent more money on microphones than I care to admit. I am still like not 100% happy with it, but it is so close that I am willing to let it go. But sound is very important and also very expensive. The mic that I bought that I use is the Rode microphone. I forget what it's called. It's like the shotgun something something. I don't know. I can link it just so you can see what I'm talking about, but that's the microphone I've been using in most of my videos, and I will also use that little lapel mic. It was just like a little cheapy lapel mic that's fully corded and has like a 20-foot cord on it. So that is the other one I use. Lights I haven't changed at all. It's the same box lights that I've always used. And yeah, I'm still filming on my phone. My phone's great. I might upgrade my phone at some point. Probably next year I'll upgrade my phone. But aside from that's just kind of like the thing you do. You upgrade your phone every 3 years. So I'm going to be upgrading my phone next year. But it works. And for filming, it's been working very well for me.
I would prefer if I had a few different sort of background options because, you know, I've filmed a few videos here and there's kind of nothing behind me. There's not good lighting in this room for plants, so I can't really put plants against this wall. One of my personal, like not channel, but personal goals is to get a house next year. So I'm hoping once all of that happens and moving the plants and getting into a new house and everything, I'll be able to kind of figure out some better cinematic options for how I will film in the future.
I did buy a house, and I'm in that house currently. It is not, that's why the background looks a little bit different. It's a white wall as opposed to a blue wall. And I will say, I do plan on filming in this room a little bit more. This is my plant room. It's kind of a spare room that's a little bit smaller that I keep a lot of plants in. And I also keep the humidity a little bit higher in this room compared to the rest of the house. I would like to make something a little bit better that is simple and have a backdrop, as opposed to always having my plants in the background. But I've filmed a couple different places around the house, and I feel like I have a good number of spots to keep it interesting. But I do plan on like sprucing up a backdrop. That might be in like the summertime. I don't know if I have the energy for it right now, but that might be a summertime project.
My last goal for 2021 for this channel, at least at this very moment, is I would like to figure out my branding and my logo. I currently don't have any sort of logo whatsoever. I have my little intro video that you guys all see every time. You know, I like it. I like how like upbeat and festive it is. But just for like my channel, my Instagram, things like that, I'd like it to kind of have a theme to it and a color scheme. And
interesting. So yeah, I did kind of spruce up like my page a little bit, kind of keep it on theme, I guess. But I still haven't figured out my branding per se. But I think for right now, like it's pretty comfortably what it is, and I'm happy with it. My color schemes and branding isn't perfect, but I do think it is good for what it is, and I've made it all myself, and I haven't had to hire anybody quite yet. So, and I'm far, far away from the point where I'd be ordering merch and things like that. Like, I am like thousands of subscribers away from a point when I would do that. So no worries, like I have plenty of time to figure it out. But maybe that's a goal for next year. For this year, I'm gonna work on consistency and kind of brainstorming some new ideas and maybe like enhancing some of the ideas I've already had. I'd like to improve my editing. That is one thing I'd like to change this year. Once I kind of get my next YouTube paycheck, which should be coming in the next month or so. I'm hoping to invest that into Final Cut Pro, which is an editing software. I have been using iMovie for the longest time, which is great because on Macs they are free. So it is a great software to get started on, but I wanted to upgrade to Final Cut Pro because they have a few features that I would really like to have, including it being a little bit easier to get text and things like that on screens, because if you see something like this or like this, those are preset formats that the Apple iMovie can do, but there's not a ton of flexibility as far as what it looks like and how big it is and where it is on the video. If I wanted to look a very particular way, it's a little bit more difficult in iMovie, and so I wanted to do that in Final Cut Pro and kind of like see how it works, try it out, maybe talk to some people and see if that'll work for me. So that is one investment I'd like to make. As far as subscribers, I ended with about 1590, somewhere around there. And I added 931 subscribers in the year 2021. So next year, I think what I'm going to do is hopefully maintain. If I take 1600 plus 900, then I'm gonna hopefully have 2,500 subscribers at the end of next year. It's actually a crazy number to think about, but that is gonna be my goal for next year, is 2,500 subscribers. I'll do a stretch goal of 3,500 just to kind of like have something attainable. I think my stretch goal last year was a little ambitious, so I'm gonna make it a little more attainable to see if I can hit that milestone. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to look at my analytics for the year 2021, and we'll just look at some stuff and kind of get some insights to see how things were going last year. This is the basic overview, so you can see that I had 68 1,000 views, right around there. Just that's the number of clicks, and I think it's number of clicks that stay for 30 seconds or longer is considered a view. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they have to stay for a certain amount of time before it counts as a view. And then you have watch time. So of those views, it got me 10,000 watch hours, 931 subscribers, like I said, and last year I made $364.87. And you'll notice on my views that there's little spikes and things like that. That is basically when I upload, I tend to get a spike in views, and you can see it basically correlates with the hours watched as well. Subscribers is a little bit more up and down, like I'll have up days and down days. So you'll see that very big spike. It was March 25th, so Thursday, and that was when I was very, very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I basically asked my friends on Facebook if they'd be willing to subscribe to me just to push me over the threshold, and they definitely did. I think I was 20 subscribers away and a whole bunch of people subscribed, so I was very grateful about that. So that is what that spike is from, and then since then it has been just like steady, 5 subscribers a day. Sometimes I think my most negative I think was -2. I've had a few days of -2, but for the most part it's been consistently growing. Then if we look at my estimated revenue, you'll see that I started, my first day of monetization was March 30th, so 3 days, so that was 5 days after I crossed 1,000 subscribers, because it takes a little while to set up like your account and bank accounts, and it all has to get approved through Google and all that kind of stuff. And you can see like a gist of how up and down everything is. Basically, it kind of correlates with your views and things like that. So more people watching, more ads being watched, more money. It all makes sense, right? So this is kind of interesting. If you look at the top videos in this period for me, you'll notice a theme here. A lot of these videos are some of my older videos, which is kind of interesting. They kind of get picked up by the YouTube algorithm and they very much take off. My Calathea collection and care video is by far my most viewed video. It has done very well for me. It's gotten me a ton of subscribers and still a ton of money. I think it's my second most profitable video, maybe my most, I'm not sure, but you can see that I got 10,000 views just in this last year alone, and there was probably another 10,000 from the year before, so tons of views on that video. My white fusion video, this one is kind of fun. The trend it took was very interesting, and it's definitely one of my most viewed videos now, but it was not necessarily when I first posted it. Houseplant 86 plant collection tour. Tour videos tend to do really well for everybody. I've noticed that a lot of people post a plant tour video in the October and November time frame, which is interesting. Some of the bigger channels will get a big pay bump around Christmas time because people are shopping for Christmas presents and things like that. Ad rates are usually a little bit higher, so if you notice a bunch of creators posting like really popular videos around that time, they're just being smart business people. But yeah, that genre tends to do really well, so I got 7,000 views off of that one, and then the one I posted in mid-November already got 3,400 views and then finished out the rest of the year, but that's pretty good. I have my alocasia collection and care video that did pretty well. My liquid dirt video took off, which is interesting. It's not one of my best videos, I don't think, and if I could recreate it today and do it differently, I would, because I skipped a crucial step when diluting that. But I noticed when I was looking for stuff on how to dilute it, I could find nothing. So I decided to make a video myself once I thought I figured it out. I did not. But yes, that is why I look for tutorials on this stuff. The instructions were not super clear, and when I emailed the company, it took them like a month and a half to respond. So yeah, do I still use liquid dirt? Yes. Do I like it? Yes. Do I wish that I could have changed this video a little bit just to make it like more accurate? Absolutely. Just to round out the top 10 of the year for me, I have my philodendron collection and care how-to video. That one, did pretty well, but I feel like a lot of people have videos about philodendrons, so that one didn't do as well as the other two. Also, the other thing is that my white fusion video was my landing homepage video for a long time, and I recently changed it to the alocasia video because I kind of wanted that one to get more traction. I was really proud of that video and I wanted more views on it. I have my 8 popular plants I don't like video, which is, honestly, I loved making that video. It was so much fun to make, and being like silly and snarky is my sweet spot. I love it. And that video did very well for me last year too, so I just added a few more views on that one. Now this one is a very recent surge in views, and that is the Lavoit video about why I don't recommend it anymore. For an update, my 3rd Lavoit has now broken. I can still use it in some capacity, but I don't like it very much, and it is sitting right there and I'm looking at it, but it is not an ideal humidifier for me at this point, but it still technically can function if I use it in a very particular way. So it did break, but I'm still using it. And then I have my 5 reasons why plants are getting so expensive video. Still true. And honestly, I'm very happy I walked away from that Anthurium regale. I think that was a good move. All right, so now if I go over to reach, I have a little bit more detail here. This is the number of impressions, so that's the number of times my thumbnail and video have been shown to somebody. And then the click-through rate is basically for the number of times YouTube has recommended it to somebody, how many times is it clicked on. Even though my click-through rate did go down by 5% year over year, the number of impressions went up 98%, which means that I am getting a lot more views this year than I did last year. Yeah, I don't know what happened on July 16th, but they decided to show my video to a lot of people on July 16th. And I'm curious, did my views go up on the 16th? Not really. Not really. That's the 16th. It is a very typical day. It was not a high view day, so who knows. And I noticed my click-through rate, it depends on the video. Some of my videos will be way more likely to be clicked on. And the funny thing is, of my popular videos, they actually have the lowest click-through rate. It's very strange how it all works. So as we scroll down, we'll see that my traffic source, most of it is from YouTube browse features, suggested videos, kind of neck and neck, and then YouTube search a little bit. So I think a lot of my YouTube search stuff is why I get views on my white fusion videos, on my Lavoit video, and my liquid dirt video, because there weren't that many videos that were like that when I searched for them for help. Like when I was trying to figure things out, I never found a single negative review of Lavoit humidifiers. And I was like, well, I can't be the only person having this problem. Am I an anomaly? So I should probably report out on this. And that's what I did. So I think videos like that are more likely to be videos that people watch when they're searching. And as we keep going down, it gets a little more niche, you know, external portions of traffic from searching on Google as opposed to in YouTube. How many people watch based on my playlists, which is not that many. Suggested videos, 28%, as they said above, and it actually lists the videos here that my video was suggested under and got clicks from. So I got recommended off of 2 different Calathea White Fusion videos. That makes a ton of sense. Calathea Prayer Plant Collection, 25 species ranked by difficulty, and my own video actually got a lot of other suggested videos underneath it. So when people watched my Calathea White Fusion video, they were more likely to click on something else of mine, which is kind of cool. But you'll notice a theme that every suggested video is basically a Calathea video. So there clearly is a need and a want for help with Calatheas out there. All right, and then we can move over to engagement. And here we have my watch hours, which is up 33% from the year before. But my view duration is down, and I think that's because I'm making shorter videos. Also, I feel like the more popular my videos are, the less likely people are going to stay on them the entire time. I feel like the first people who watch my videos and the people who are subscribed to me and watch my videos are more likely to watch it all the way through. So this makes sense to me. And it kind of tells me which videos I had the most retention on. you know, and then I have the videos with the most watch hours. Of course, my Calathea videos were up there and some of my longer videos, so go figure. All of these videos pretty much are, aside from the white fusion video, they're all very much longer videos. So if they're watching half of it, they're watching more hours than half of a shorter video. All right, now I'm going to audience here, and this is honestly kind of fascinating to me. It makes a lot of sense, but you'll notice the purple line is returning viewers. So those are people who are generally subscribed, people who have looked at my videos before. And there's a big peak and valley. It goes up and down, and it goes up and down based on whether I post a new video or not. Because these little indicators underneath are meant to represent when I post a video. So if I change this from 2001 and I change it to the last 90 days, you'll see it a little bit more clear that each time I post a video, there is a peak, and then it valleys, and then it peaks, and then it valleys. And what happens is, in between those peaks and valleys, let's go back to 2021 here, in between those peaks and valleys, the people giving me sort of a little help with consistency is new viewers. So I get little like views from, you know, the general population, and I get all of my spikes and my like re-engagement from all of you. So thank you. One thing that's a little bit interesting is you can see when my viewers are on YouTube, they generally tend to be like between noon and 6 o'clock, which is why I post mine at noon. But you can also kind of see like what other videos people are watching, and it tends to always just be from like the really big creators, the ones who can live off of their platforms. I am nowhere near that. And even as you scroll through of like who else is subscribed, got Jacqueline's Jungle. She's a little bit smaller, at least compared to all these other mega channels. But yeah, I find it's interesting, you know, and this is for the last 28 days. It hasn't been for all of 2021. But, you know, it's interesting. And then we'll go to the juicy stuff. We're in revenue now. So for the entire year, through AdSense and having, you know, 1,500 subscribers or thereabouts, you can see kind of the peaks and valleys. It goes up and down. And generally speaking, I earn anywhere from like 40 cents a day up to like even $4 a day, but very rarely do I get up that high. The vast majority of my days are going to be between like 40 cents and $2 a day, just depending. As we scroll down, you can see my monthly estimate of revenue, and you'll see that November and December were a lot higher. I think part of that is because the rates in November and December are higher because of Christmas. I also got a lot of views from my houseplant tour in that time frame, so that is why the revenue was a bit higher in those 2 months. But January is a slower month so far, and this is the first video I'm posting, so it's probably not going to be nearly as big as November and December. You can see my top earning videos are pretty closely aligned with the number of views, and that Calathea White Fusion video definitely has done well for me. And then I've got my revenue sources over here, which most of it is from ads, but I got $14.23 from YouTube Premium watchers, so I appreciate you. But that pretty much does it for this video. I hope you found this insightful and interesting. I hope everyone out there has a very safe 2022. Avoid getting COVID if you can. Even though I had a very, very mild case of it, I was vaccinated and boosted, so I had a very mild case. It's still not a pleasant thing to go through, and I'm still kind of in the recovery process. So definitely would not wish this on anybody, and I hope everyone is safe out there, and I hope you have a very, very wonderful 2022, and I can't wait to see what happens with this channel. I hope it keeps kind of growing and doing all the things for my creativity and happiness that it did for me last year. It definitely was amazing. I love all the plants I got last year. My collection keeps expanding, even though I managed to get rid of plants and give things away. That is kind of the nature of the plant biz. Everything keeps growing and multiplying. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next year when I recap 2022. Thank you so much, and I will catch you next time. Bye!